Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is Tuesday. What is it, May 27th, I believe? And it's time for another What's in the Box. This week we're going to do more quality over quantity. It was a very, very busy weekend for me, much like everybody else, I'm sure. Just with the holiday, we had our show at Lebanon, the Boone County Fairgrounds, the card and collectible show that Zach put on. It was a very successful show. Thank you for everybody that ended up coming out to the show and participating. It seems like everybody was able to find something, which is always amazing and always good, because it means that it was not only worth your trip, but the vendors were able to make a sale and was able to bring something that was needed by you. So it's just a very busy weekend. Thanks to my buddy Brandon for helping me out. Again, it was just a lot going on. It was a cool event. We, the collective we, the royal we, are hoping to do it again. Zach has already put an effort into the next show and trying to organize some dates and trying to make it happen again. So, fingers crossed, right? And then I was told by my wife that we had some new customers on Saturday. Awesome. Thank you for finding me. Thank you for finding something that you needed. And it sounds like several of you will be back again. We unfortunately had to close a little early because we had our concert that we went to Saturday night, which was the Santa event where Primus, A Perfect Circle, and Pussifer all performed. It was super amazing, super cool. It was just like a continuous event. There was no necessary or no opener necessarily. It was just they play. I think Pussifer started. They played 4 songs. Then Primus came out, played 4 songs. Then A Perfect Circle came out, played 4 songs, and then Primus came back out. So it was just like this rotation of band members just rocking it, just absolutely rocking it. It was so cool. Never really seen anything like that before. Big concert events. When you sit in front of a stage and there's the rotating stages, sometimes there's 4 or 5 different stages that all have acts going on at the same time. You have minimal downtime between there, but there's still a little bit of a setup in between there. Whereas this was just all 3 band kits were out. They walked out, did their thing, walked back. The next band walked out. Super cool. Check out. There's some videos out there. They're not supposed to be because Maynard made it very clear not to record or take pictures during the event. However, not everybody abides by the rules. Anyway, so yeah, and then there was Memorial Day. Unfortunately, the Pacers lost on Sunday. Big spoiler if you haven't seen the game results. But yes, they lost. And then the Indy 500, and there were barbecues aplenty going on all weekend. And it was a lot, man. It was a busy weekend. But like I said, what I have for you today is pretty awesome. Big shout out and thank you to Hawk Collectibles. They actually reached out to me at the show with some comics that were pretty nice books. I'll get into some of those here in a minute. And then just kind of some findings. There's always findings. There's always things. Froggy, finds all this stuff at flea markets and garage sales. And you never know. You never know what's out there. So, anyway, are you excited? You want to start with the comics or the cool stuff? We'll leave the comics to the end, as we always do. So, I will start out with something super cool, though. My wife actually found this over the weekend and made it happen. How about an original Game Boy Color? It is green. For those of you that are colorblind, look, it's like you can see yourself in it. Works, got fresh batteries. We, checked it out, made sure it was all good. You know what goes with this? How about Mortal Kombat 2 for Game Boy, right? And how about Pokemon Red? Yes. This game is highly sought after, fairly hard to find. It works. It's great stuff. And it'll be in the case later today. Message me if you're interested. Now, the next thing, how about a Game Boy Advance SP? Yeah. Super cool. There's the charger for it. So that will be ready to go. You want some games to go with it? Yeah, I'm sure you want some games to go with it. How about Pokemon Ruby? How about Pokemon Emerald, right? Yeah. Leaf Green? Yeah. How about Pokemon Fire Red? And Pokemon Sapphire. Yeah. Yes. All you Pokemon fans, all you retro gamers, all the Pokemon is here. The stuff is super hot, super sought after. I don't anticipate it lasting long. I really don't. It'll be priced and ready and put in the case here shortly. It's a thing. It's definitely a thing. Then we found these that are out in the wild as well. How about a D&D, the Book of Holding? Right? It's pretty cool. How about Spelljammer Adventures in Space? Yes. All-inclusive map is there. Doesn't even look like it's hardly been played or read. How about Xanthar's Guide to Everything? Yeah. Another D&D. How about a D&D monster manual? A monster mash. It was a monster mash. A monster mash. Oh, sorry. And then how about a D&D player's handbook? This one looks like it's got a little bit of love to it. We'll make sure to address that as necessary. But yes, D&D stuff. D&D stuff. Okay. That was some of the cool stuff. Again, quality over quantity today. It's going to be a short-ish video. I'll just put this on everybody's radar. I did have one copy left of the Marvel Team Up. It's going to be $35. They were going for that or more at the online. Maybe I'll take 30 for it. If you see this video, you come in and say, hey, I like that book. Would you take 30? Because you said you would in your video. Well, thank you for watching my videos. And yeah, I'll take 30. But only if you reference the video. Yeah? Okay. Now, hot collectibles, as I mentioned before. Got a box of stuff. I was really wanting this stuff because I've been asked for it repeatedly. It's taken me, I've joked with guys before about, you don't really find this stuff anymore. I don't know if people are just gobbling it up or if it's just getting harder and harder to find in general. But regardless, you just don't come across it very much. But there was some in there, in their box. And I specifically wanted this stuff for you, because you keep asking for it. You keep asking for it, right? Ninja Turtles, original, volume 1. Michelangelo, Christmas special. Okay. How about number 3? Second print, but still number 3. How about number 5? Yeah, number 5. 6. How about 7? How about 8? How about 9? Und 9. Numero 9. 10. I had one of these in the case before. Had it signed by Kevin Eastman. This one is clearly not signed by Kevin Eastman. But, yeah. Yeah. Number 11. Are you sensing a trend? Number 12. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. 18 second print color edition. So this one's a little bit harder to find. Alt cover. These are dedicated to Bruce Lee on the inside cover. In case you can't figure that out from the cover itself. But yeah. Number 20. Okay. And then we jump to number 34. Oh, went out of order. Number 32. 32 and 34. So anyway, yeah, there's like 20 plus Turtle books here. Great stuff. You know, what was that? 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 5 through 12. That's pretty sweet. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. If you're ever going to start a turtle collection, here you go. Here you go. Early numbers. Hard to find stuff for sure. Because like I said, this stuff nowadays, you know, my generation that grew up on Ninja Turtles, we're all going back and trying to find this stuff. And this stuff has been fairly cheap for a long time. I used to actually find these things in bargain bins, believe it or not. You know, bookstores are a thing for sure. But it just, you don't find anymore. You find Turtle Adventures, but even those are starting to get snagged nowadays, and making those, you know, hard to find and more collectible. It's a thing. It's totally a thing. You know, number 1 first print, I think, only had 1,200 copies printed, which is why number 1 first print goes for a crazy amount. You know, I have a 3rd print and a 5th print, but it's, you know, you don't find that stuff. Not much anymore. But yeah, turtles. Okay, so now we're just going to move into some other cool stuff that I've been. I found this buddy Jake of mine at Isle of Comics. He had a blowout sale. He had some pretty good stuff that I snagged from him. You know, nothing super crazy, but some cool Silver Age stuff, and we'll get to that here in a minute. And then this is other stuff that I just found in a wild, stuff through trades. But it is all for you. How about Black Panther 3, 4, and 5? Pretty cool, right? Let me make a new stack here. Thor 178. No real significance, just a cool Silver Age book. Number 344, first appearance of Malekith. 350, just a cool cover. 364, lots of first appearances in this one. This one, first appearance of Throg. That's where Thor turns into a frog, much like what's going on here, right? 366, there is Throg. I am Throg. So, cool Avengers stuff. This is actually kind of humorous. This is another Avengers 144, first appearance of Hellcat. I think I have like 3 or 4 of these now, which is crazy. I mean, this is this is an expensive book. It's a sought after book. This is actually a lower grade. So that I have a 4.0 on this one. So this will actually be in the back issues. So if you don't want to spend the money, the big money on getting a high quality book, but you want one, there's one. There's one for you. Cool Avengers Beast cover, right? This one, the first appearance of Hank Pym, Scott Lang. Scott Lang. First appearance of him, Avengers 181. Wish it was the Hulk 181, but, beggars can't be choosers, right? Avengers 186, one of the witches from Witches Road, I believe, is in that issue. I can't remember her name off the top of my head. Number 195, this is a high-grade copy. This is the first cameo of Taskmaster, as well as, we've talked about it before, the bondage covers. It's a thing, man. It's a thing. But a lot of those damsels in distress, women, chained or bound or whatever, some people seek that out. Everybody's got a flavor. Am I right? And then Avengers 196. That's the first appearance of Taskmaster. This is a high grade copy. I actually put this at a 9. This is a great copy. I think I kept one for myself that was like an 8 or an 8.5. So, I'm not necessarily after chasing the high grades on this one, but this is a thing, man. Definitely a thing. I mean, high grade Taskmaster. This is pretty cool. Avengers special. I have a couple of these in the back issues already, but it's what is it? The reprint of number 4, I believe, like actual Avengers number 4. This one, Hulk 272, that has an early appearance of Rocket Raccoon in it, if I remember correctly. Or maybe it's it's not Wendigo, because 181 was Wendigo, and way before that was that one. Anyway, I believe there's a Rocket Raccoon appearance in that one. Pretty cool. Captain America special number 2, and then annual king size special number 1. So this reprints the origin of Captain America. A lot of books that you're going to see, well, there's a handful of books in here, actually reprinting some early appearances. So if you can't afford a Captain America number 1, then you should get your hands on the special, because his origin is retold. And I actually flipped through it. It's actually really cool. Because I know that I will never own, well, maybe, probably, never own a Captain America number 1. This one's pretty cool. What If number 108. So this is what if the Carnage symbiote took over Silver Surfer. This actually did happen in the Amazing Spider-Man run. Happened in the 400s, I want to say. But this was essentially a prelude to that, surprising enough. A lot of the what ifs ended up coming canon and actually getting into the main story arcs for a while. So just keep your eyes out for that. Spectacular Spider-Man number 27 and number 90. And then went out of order a little bit, but here's number 64. This is I put around a 7.5 on this. This is the first appearance of Cloak and Dagger. So it's a nice copy. I did have somebody come in, look for that one a few weeks ago. I wish I would have kept their name, because like I've said to some of you before, I like to keep people in my back pocket. That way, if anything ever comes in, well, shame on me, because I changed my pants and apparently lost your name in my back pocket. Moving on to Amazing Spider-Man. This is the first appearance of Madam Web, number 210. Amazing Spider-Man 229. Juggernauts, number 230. That's an awesome cover. I love that one. 236, that's a low-grade copy. Notice the stamp on it right here. Not for resale or not to be sold. I don't know who imposed that rule, but I am going to break that rule because my job is to sell comics. Amazing Spider-Man 258, classic cover. The duality of the original Spider-Man and the black suit. It's a thing. And then this is kind of funny. There are 2 copies here of King Size Annual number 16. And that's the first appearance of Monica Rambeau as Miss Marvel. This one's a high-grade copy. That's a 9.4. This is a 6.5. So if you need it, there's a couple different options there for you. I might even have a couple, like, really bad readers in the back issues. So we'll see. Now, this one, it is a reprint, a Marvel Tale reprint, but it is a highly sought-after copy because the original first appearance of Punisher is quite expensive and is out of reach for a lot of people. This is within reach and has the same, similar classic cover, albeit this one's red instead of the yellow, and it has Marvel Tales on it as opposed to Amazing Spider-Man. But if you are a Punisher fan, that is one you should be getting. Now these, I'm leaving it up to you guys, okay? These came in a collection. I don't necessarily question the signatures, but they do look a little fat for me. I don't necessarily like the way that these are signed. I don't know of anybody that would forge Mark Bagley's signature, but I'm not going to authenticate it. The books are solid reader copies, so to invest in getting these graded and signatures authenticated, it's not for me. It's not for me. I'm going to leave it on to you. By no means am I saying that these signatures are legit, because they look a little wonky to me. But if you send them off and they come back authenticated, hey, look, you won. You totally won. But anyway, this is a $10 book, and this is also a $10 book. Both signed, and they will not have my certificate of authenticity. I'm going to leave them up to you to authenticate on your own. This is pretty rad. Spider-Woman number 1. A lot of people look for that one. A lot of people look for this one too. This is already sold. I've had a couple different customers reach out to me for this one, and it was a simple text message and poof, gone. Star Wars number 42. I had 2 of these. Both of them are sold within 24 hours. Gone. And then Star Wars number 68. So classic Boba Fett cover. I think that's his second cover appearance even. But yeah, 42, 68. You saw it here, and you won't see it in store. Other than the 68. 68 is still good for the moment. I have to text one person here. But if you want it, you need to get it. Savage Submariner 67, new suit. Submariner stuff isn't really... it's okay. Here's some of the Strange Tales I got off of Jake. Classic Silver Age stuff. I have a lot of people asking for Sergeant Fury, Sergeant Rock. I figured, what the hell? I'll get some cool Sergeant Fury stuff. Notice the swastika there. A lot of people seek that stuff out. Again, like we've talked about, this is a fun series. This is a full series. I will actually be bundling this up and putting it out into the back issues. But yeah, Beware the Cat. Number 1, number 2 versus the Owl, number 3, and number 4. So that's a full series run. Probably, so there's 10, 20, 35, there's $85 here. I'll probably bundle that for $50. So you're pretty much buying the number 1 and then getting the other 3 books for free. But that'll be a bundle. You can quote me. I'll put it in the back issues. Let's see. Classic Doctor Strange meeting Dracula. I always pick up this book. It's just a cool book. And with all the horror stuff, I feel like it's an underappreciated series. Number, 60 and then 61. I think even 62. I'll have him fighting Dracula. Miss Marvel number 1. Nothing super special, but it's a number 1. Moon Knight 22 and 23. I have these in the back issues already. These are kind of mid-grade copies, so more affordable if you're looking for yourself. This is pretty cool. I was actually on the verge of keeping this myself. I still might because it's just really rad. Marvel Superheroes King Size Special #1. This is Marvel's very first one-shot. Pretty cool, right? Notice reprints Daredevil #1, reprints Avengers #2, and then a very early story of Namor versus the Human Torch. And notice it says The Torch, not the Human Torch. So this is the Marvel's, The Torch for Marvel Comics #1. So, anyway, like I said, I might keep this for myself, but, we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's pretty neat. It needs to be pressed really bad. It's got some, when paper, when it's not rolled flat during manufacturing, it gets those kind of ripples and runs. That's what it has on the front cover. So, kind of sucks, but, it's all right. We'll work with it. All right, you ready for some more cool stuff? The X-Men stuff is just piling on. It's piling on. When it rains, it pours. It's much like that Hellcat issue. X-Men stuff is just, it's just coming to me. It's just, people, for whatever reason, collections are ample with it. And that's not a bad thing. I've said many a time, with all the MCU stuff, even my store, what my knowledge is, X-Men. Number 9. X-Men number 9. That is the first crossover of X-Men and the Avengers. Number 9. Sub 10. So cool, man. So cool. And then here is a coverless number 17. Hot Collectibles had a very beat up copy of number 17 in their collection, but it had a cover on it, so I upgraded my copy to that. Number 97, first appearance of the Shi'ar. Number 98, this is the first appearance of Moira McTaggart. Yeah. Hard to find book. Number 111, the classic Circus Freak Show cover, pretty cool. And then a couple later issues, 442 and 443. These are, just cheap books to fill in holes. Not as cool as number 9, 97 and 98. Here's a couple Alpha Flights. This is actually the first appearance of Lady Deathstrike. So you X-Men completists need the Deathstrike. This came from the Muncie Show, Fantastic Four, just some cool issues, some Doom stuff I found. That is not Fantastic Four, nor is it Doom, but that is number 3 of Wolverine. And then that is a prelude to yet another run of the Wolverine solo series. This one will not be bundled up. So I bundled up the original run. I think I put 200 on it. This is going to be sold individually. So if you need certain numbers, there's 1, 2, another 2, a 3, a 3, 4, a 7, 7, 7. And then just to finish out the rest of the box, we'll go quick on these because I'm hitting the half-hour mark. The Defenders, that's the first appearance of Starhawk, which later leads into the Guardians of the Galaxy. Amazing Adventures 12 and 15. These are nice copies. I actually put the 12 at a 9.4, the 15 at a 7.5. So those are pretty cool. Astonishing Tales number 26. This is the second appearance of Deathlock. That's pretty cool. First appearance of Deathlock was in the collection. That's going to get pressed and cleaned and sent off because it was a pretty nice book. Then we're switching gears a little bit. Justice League number 73, 100-page special. How about the first Nightwing? Yeah, take that in for a second. nice solid copy. Aliens. Here's a Walking Dead #1 autographed. Witchblade Tomb Raider. Marvel Milestone Hulk. And the Ninja Scroll for you anime fans. Kind of a cool series. Something you don't see very often. I snagged those because I was like, huh, those are cool. Those are pretty rad. Okay. So, like I said, that is quality over quantity this week. I only have less than a short box that is here, but it is awesome, awesome, awesome stuff. It is, more more key issues, more hard to find stuff. My cases are going to be exploding with goodness. It's almost too much to keep up with, my friends. The turtles, again, let me know if you're interested in them. They are going to be, they're going to go quick. They will go quick. I can almost guarantee. So, anyway, and then as a side note, tomorrow is actually my official 1-year anniversary. My wife and I were actually checking our Facebook memories. I thought it was May 22nd, but in fact it's May 28th. So not necessarily a bad thing, but those of you that have participated in my 1-year anniversary event, I made it very clear that was a prequel or a foreshadowing of things. So tomorrow is actually going to be my 1 year. Starting tomorrow. Well, no, we'll start it today. I don't care. We'll start it today. How about 40? Should we do 40? Maybe. I don't know. What do you want to do? Should we do 40? I think I already said 40. How about 40% off trade paperbacks? You want to do that for the week? 40% off trade paperbacks. That's everything, on the bookshelves, the spiral staircase, 40% off. Okay. There's some big books over there. There's some significant things for sure. But yeah, 40% off trade paperbacks. And then we'll do, how about 25% off video games. I've got a lot of video games. Since GameStop came in this week, or came in, what am I saying? Since GameStop shut down a few weeks ago, about 2 months ago, video games have been coming in here like crazy. So that does not include the consoles. The consoles are still regular priced. And like the Gameboy and stuff, that's considered a console, so that will be excluded. But the games themselves, 25% off. And then you can stock up on, Nintendo, PlayStation 1 through 5, Xbox 360 through Xbox One. There's even a couple GameCube games in there. There's a lot of stuff. So 25% off video games. And 40% off trade paperbacks all week, starting today. We'll make a post about it. We'll make it a thing. And then happy anniversary to me, right? Thank you, everybody, for the continued support. Let's make this store what we want it to be. It's starting out pretty strong. It's starting out pretty good so far. And I have you guys to thank for that. So thank you. Okay, enjoy it, and I will see you guys this afternoon and watch my video tomorrow. I will talk to you later. Excelsior!